Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Opinions, and we're going to talk about the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Iron Mike and YouTuber Jake Paul. I personally am super excited for this workout. Sorry about the camera angle. It's the best way that I can set the camera up in the car to film while I'm driving, so that I can do two things at once. While I'm driving to work, I can get a video in. So, there's a lot of excitement around this fight. There's a lot of opinions about this fight. I myself have my own opinion. I am of the older generation. I am 37, and a lot of my generation absolutely hates Jake Paul, which I don't really get. I don't know. I think I'd get along with him. He's a confident guy. A lot of people call it cocky. I call it confident. I'm excited. I can't wait for them to throw down. I can't wait to see what happens. My belief, my personal opinion, I can't wait to hear all you guys' opinion, is I really don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't mind seeing Iron Mike come out there and, throw down with him. I'd like to see a couple rounds of them just brawling it out back and forth, and then just someone goes down. Jake, sorry, I blanked out on his name there for a second, did fight Fury, and Fury, gave him a defeat. I believe Mike still has power. He still seems like he will be an animal when he gets in that ring. You watch him train, and he was always one of those fighters, when he gets in the ring, he just becomes someone else. And if that still holds true, it could go down. I mean, Jake could go down. But Jake also has power. He has some skill. I know there's a lot of people out there saying he has no skill, but the dude can fight. He can throw down. He's got some boxing skill. He's got decent footwork. He's got quickness in his hands. He's put on some size. He definitely has some power. And it only takes, one or two punches to put someone out. You catch them right. I believe Tyson still has that power, and if he catches Jake, it will definitely test Jake's chin and could put him down and out. It's a tough one to call, man. And I know a lot of people are hating on Jake, but those people that are hating on Jake, most of them aren't fighters, and they wouldn't get in the ring with these old washed up fighters that he's fighting. They wouldn't get in there and throw down with them. They're talking all this crap, and but they're keyboard warriors. Man, they wouldn't step in the ring. They wouldn't step in the octagon. I know Jake has openly said he'd like to get in the octagon sometime. Right now he's in the boxing ring. But most of these people talking crap and hating on him would not step in the ring with Nate Diaz or Mike Perry or any of them. Or even Iron Mike, you know what I mean? I think it'd be fun. I'd box Iron Mike. I'd get my ass whooped most likely, but it'd be fun to say I boxed my Iron Mike Tyson. One of my big heroes is Chuck Liddell. And, Chuck's chin might be gone, but I'd throw down with him too. It'd be cool to be like, yo, I fought fucking Chuck Liddell and got knocked the fuck out. I wouldn't care that I got knocked out. At least I had the balls to get in there and throw hands with him, and I think that's my big thing on this, is most of these keyboard warriors are just that. They're keyboard warriors throwing out the stupid opinions and trying to judge his footwork and his hands when they know jack shit. They're watching him, punch mitts and hit a bag and judging his technique, when he's building his conditioning and stuff. And but when it comes down to it, he's gotten in the ring with plenty of badass dudes. They might be old and washed up or whatever you want to say, but dudes fight, and they can throw down, and they always have that skill. And it's a tough one to call. Man. I like both dudes. I love Iron Mike. I like Jake Paul. He is just a young YouTuber that came up and made money, and I think that's what makes most people pissed off, is that this young cat from YouTube is more successful than them. And his success came from just hopping on, what did he start on, Instagram or TikTok, and he blew up and then moved to YouTube. I don't know the exact background, but more power to him, dude. What the fuck? You know how many people out there wish that they could do that or that happened in their lives and it didn't, so the jealousy just infuriates them to hate this poor guy. And everybody calls it cocky and until you win. And then I see it as confidence. You know what I mean? And that's what he's trying to prove right now, that, hey, I'm just a confident dude. Most of these people wouldn't step in the ring with Iron Mike, and this dude's going to get in the ring with Iron Mike. So I'm excited for it. Man, I'm up in the air with where it could go. You know, I'm a big believer in any fight, there's that puncher's chance in any side. And that's the coolest thing about fighting and combat sports, is it's so freaking unpredictable. You never know what could happen, who's gonna land that one punch or that 2 or 3 punch combo that just ends the night. Oh, it's tough, man. It's a tough one. This is definitely one I wouldn't put money on because of how I'm either way on it. I think I'd have to go with Iron Mike though, man. My biggest worry is, and I don't know how much sparring he's done, but how long's it been since his chin's taken a nice shot, since his chin's been tested? And Jake does have some power, so, you know, you see it with fighters where their chins go. Like, it happened to my boy Chuck Liddell. Once his chin went, it went. You know, he ended up losing to Tito then by knockout, you know, and I don't believe in that shit. Oh, Tito beat him in the last fight, so he avenged all his losses. Dude, 2-1, 66% win rate to a 33, and Tito had to wait until Chuck was out of the game and washed up, and he knew Chuck didn't have a jaw to win and beat him when he was washed up, you know what I mean? I don't see that if you beat someone twice and they come back and beat you once when you've been out of the game for years and are technically washed up, that they avenge their losses when they waited until you were a down and out warrior and you weren't at your best. You know what I mean? That's absolutely freaking ridiculous. I don't know, man. I have to lean towards Iron Mike just because I think he has that power advantage. I think he has a speed advantage, even though he's older too. I mean, his hands still seem to be moving. But I haven't watched a lot of sparring from either of them though. And the sparring that is out, it's not long sparring sessions. You're not seeing, you know, a whole, you know, 5 or 6 rounds of 2 to 3 minutes or anything like that. So it's really hard to judge, especially with Mike being out of the ring for so long. And that's another thing you have to think about, is Jake has been in the ring throwing down. You know, being in battle keeps you prepared for battle. Though War Dogs missed the fight, man. War Dogs always end up missing the fight. So, you know, Mike seems like he's having a real good time training, and I think he's going to get in that ring, and I don't know. I think stuff is just going to, I think Turkey Hill's closed. I think, man, I don't know. I think he's going to be like, dude, I'm this animal again. I'm this animal, and he's going to go in there, and I do not think he would take a payday. Like people were saying, oh, if he knocks Mike out, it's because he was paid. I don't think Mike would take a payday. You know, with Koss, you know, pretty much kind of raising him and bringing him out of, you know, the juvenile detention center or whatever it was and stuff like that. I think deep down he would feel like he did Koss wrong if he did something like that, you know, and I think he still really wants to make him proud, and he wants to make his family proud, and I don't think he'd take a dive. You know, he has money. You know, I know he's getting, you know, somewhat around, you know, 20 million or something for this fight, but, you know, there's bonus incentives. I don't know exactly what they are. I haven't looked into it, but I don't see him being a guy that takes a dive, dude. I mean, he's Iron Mike. I just don't see that happening. I think they're going to go in there third down, and I have to lean towards Iron Mike, man, just because he is Iron Mike. Jake is still very new to the game, but he's building the reputation. I know a lot of people hate him, and he has boxed a lot of mixed martial arts fighters, but he's working into boxing boxers. It might be, you know, old Iron Mike and stuff, but, you know, to prove himself, he's going to have to start working into younger and younger opponents. You know, he's got himself in the limelight now, so it can happen, and people just have to prove themselves. So it's, you know, kind of whack that all these keyboard warriors are hating on him so much. Dude's making it, you know, and I gotta lean towards Iron Mike, baby. I got to. I just, you know, and if he does land one and puts Jake on his butt, I think it's, especially if it's early in a round where he has to get up, recover, and still finish a round, you know, that's going to test him, man. You know, if Jake can go in there and throw down and take punches, even if it would go to a draw and a knockout, whatever, he's gonna prove something. Because Iron Mike's the real deal still. I don't care if he's 54 or whatever he is. That dude's badass. You know, and Jake's a badass for getting in there with him. You know, that's my personal opinion. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna hate my opinion, especially with how in the middle I am. I think that's gonna piss a lot of people off, especially people around my age. You know, but I have nothing but love for Jake Paul. Dude's built a life for himself, man. How can you hate somebody that's built a life for himself? It's kind of freaking messed up. Who cares if he did it through YouTube and social media? You know, that's pretty boss. You know, he's a business owner now and businessman, boxer. He's doing what he loves, and he's having fun with his life and enjoying it. So you can't knock him for that, man. I think it's more jealousy of people that aren't able to do that is why they're hating on him. But let me know your opinions. Drop it down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think's gonna win, what round you think it's gonna happen in, and let's see what we got going on here, guys. I hope you liked opinion, and I can't wait to hear yours. I'll catch you next time.